Started. Good morning, everybody. We'll go ahead and get Marshall County Fiscal Court started June 21st, 2016. Under guests, Scott Brown, ABC Administrator. Quarterly report.
Judge, Fiscal Court. Just wanted to touch base with you on the first quarter for the 2016, which ours runs a little different. Ours runs from February 1st to April the 30th. We still have one that has not filed their regulatory fee yet. There was some confusion with one in Hardin. So they have not reported to us yet, but we're at $49,115.08. That's with 25 establishments, 5 being restaurants, 16 malt beverage package stores, 2 private clubs, and 2 package stores. Starting this next quarter, we've got substantially more businesses open. I don't have those numbers exactly, but all but one of the package stores is up and going now. And then another private club. So.
I know we had, we're not really going to get into the details today, but we had talked about the quarters. I know you're going to be looking into that with Jason.
Yes, sir. It's confusing. Our quarters run different because the state made our license expire on January 31st. So there's some confusion as to when our quarters are. Our quarters are different than fiscal year quarters or yearly quarters. Everybody's just different. So we're going to try to put it all on the same with everybody else. That way it's a little easier. And then with the one in Hardin, there's just a language barrier. My West Kentucky accent and her Indian does not get along. I don't know, but we're working at it, so we'll get it.
And I know we talked. I said I wasn't going to bring it up, but I did. But I just want to let y'all know it's something we're going to have to look into. Appreciate it.
Any questions?
Thank you. We'll go to correspondence. You got in your packet the county's ad in the Ameribration section in the Lake News. I believe we did this last year. I do it every year. I think it's $819 for an ad in the Lake News for the Ameribration. I entertain a motion for that.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We'll go on to old business. Approve the minutes for June 7th.
Move we approve the minutes, Judge.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Under old business, we finally got the, excuse me, we finally got the county road aid resolution. The total amount that we got is $1,277,616.62. The first installment or distribution will be late in the fall in August, which will be $743,573. So we've got that. I entertain a motion for me to sign that, go into agreement for that.
Make that motion, Judge.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. We go to annual bids. We had some clarification that we wanted to make with our annual bids. You've got your email from the deputy judge who had made correspondence with the bidders. The first one is First Line Fire Extinguishers. Their annual maintenance cost was $825.55 compared to over $1,000 from Simplex. So we would recommend, based off those figures, First Line Fire Extinguishers. Y'all would be interested to have them for our annual bids for fire protection maintenance.
Motion to approve that bid.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. The other one is a random drug screens. One of the issues was we wanted to work with the shift. I know the sheriff's department and the jail, they have different shift works, hours, so we wanted to make sure that we can accommodate their shifts. And right now, inside, they already do the randoms and the post-accident. And Egner Chiropractic, you can see where the dollar amounts that came in for each. Egner for randoms was 32, Insight was 40. But we had some concerns with Egner because of his patient care that would dictate if he could do the shift, either morning, late hour shifts. So Insight's already doing it. I bring that to y'all's attention. If you want to stay with Insight, so that way we feel that they would accommodate for those shift hours. And that's for the randoms.
That situation, I think you need to be able to accommodate law enforcement and
Jail.
do those in a timely manner. I have no problem with.
Be a lot
With
easier
Insight.
on them. And then and that's for randoms and post accidents. You figure an accident can happen at any time, including after hours. So that kind of ties in with the randoms. And Egner's Chiropractic, they already do the Department of Transportation physicals. So it really wouldn't be changing anything, what we currently have. But I just want to bring that to y'all's attention. We have to make a decision on which ones we want to use.
Move we accept the recommendation in our packets that Egner does the physicals and Insight does the after hour.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Last court meeting on the new business, we brought Randy Duke's contract to you, and what we were going to add was the government rate for travel, and Emily added that. We held that until this court meeting, so she added that to the contract. So that's all we had to do.
What is annual rate now?
54 cents right now.
54, it just kind of swings up and down.
Yeah,
Is-
and it was in January, it was 51.5, and then I think April, it popped back up to 54 cents.
And Randy's good with this?
Yeah.
Make a motion that we approve the inspector's agreement.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Under new business, the ordinance, administrative code, ordinance 201606, be the second reading for the administrative code.
Yes, Ray, do we have that in here? Oh, okay. So I can't find it.
I'll read this to you. Morris County Ordinance 2016-006. This is the ordinance establishing an administrative code for the Morris County Fiscal Court. Be it ordained that the Morris County Fiscal Court, Section 1, the General Assembly of the Commonwealth of Kentucky enacted KRS 68.005 in 1978 for the purpose of promoting efficient administration of county government. KRS 68005 requires the fiscal court to adopt the county administrative code, which includes but is not limited to procedures and designation of responsibility for the following: general administration of the county office of the county judge executive, hereinafter county judge, county administrative agencies and public authorities, administration of county fiscal affairs, including budget formulation, receipt and disbursement of county funds, preparation of records required for the court, or required for the county audit, and for filing of claims against the county. Personal administration, including description and clarification of non-elected positions, selections, assignments, supervision, and discipline of employees, employee complaints in the county affirmative action program, county purchasing and award of contracts, delivery of county services. The county judge of the chief executive officer of the county is responsible for the organization and management of the administrative functions of the county government. The fiscal court sets the county's policies and priorities. The county judge must execute these policies and priorities. The state law provides only general guidance as to the form and substance of a county's internal administrative organization. For this reason, the Morris County Fiscal Court enacts the following county administrative code. Morris County Fiscal Court does hereby establish a county administrative code dividing the administrative service of the Morris County into departments under the county judge, prescribing administrative policy and procedure, prescribing the function and duties of administrative units and officials of the government, prescribing the administration of fiscal affairs, procurement procedures, and prescribing for the delivery of county services. Section 2, all constitutional officers may create an administrative code specifically for their office. This code must be submitted to the office of Judge Executive every June and reviewed on an annual basis. Any changes to this code must be submitted to the office of the Judge Executive at the time the change was made. All employees of the office must be notified of the change, and written proof of receipt must be maintained in the employee's personnel file. If a constitutional officer decides not to adopt a specific code for their office, that office shall adopt this code and follow the policies and procedures herein. Section 3, the provisions of this ordinance are servable, and if any provision or part thereof shall be held invalid or unconstitutional or inapplicable to any person or circumstance, such invalidity, unconstitutionality, or inapplicability shall not affect or impair the remaining provision of this ordinance. The foregoing ordinance was first read on the 7th day of June. Is there a motion to?
Move that we adopt, Judge.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carries. We've got some board appointments. The Palma-Brownsburg Fire Department Board appointment. Donald Kelby's term expires the end of this month, June 30th. Basically, there's no one else to replace. The board would like to have him back on the board, so would make a motion to recommend Donald Kelby be reappointed to the Palma-Brownsburg Fire Department Board.
Make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion carries. West Marshall Fire District Board appointments. Andrea Fralix and Amanda Holly are resigning their positions. Judy Price and Michael Green, the two names to recommend to replace those board members.
Move that we accept the recommendation.
Is there a second? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed, motion carries. One thing I left off here, Rhonda Henson's term expires at the end of the month, but she has expressed interest to stay on. I would entertain a motion to reappoint Rhonda Henson.
So moved, Judge.
Second. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed, motion carries. East Marshall Fire District Board appointment. Get that. If you look in your paperwork, we just got this morning, but I present it to you. We can take action on it today, or we can do it at the end of the month because of the timely manner that we got it. But there are two individuals that the chairman is retiring, so the board position is available. But there's two individuals, Carl how did we say that? Etanine, and Brett Edwards are the two names that are recommended or brought to us. Like I said, we got this morning, so if y'all want to wait till next court, or we can,
That's their recommendation, the board's recommendation?
that's theirs, correct?
Two.
One of the two, correct?
Oh, the one of the two?
One of the two, right.
Oh, I thought it was both of them.
But if we want to wait till next fiscal court, that's fine. But I figured I'd present it to you. If you want to take action today, I'll leave that up to y'all. And we can move on if you want to come back to it. We'll move on. We'll come back to that. Under new business, fiscal court bank account signees. Emily, do you want to stand on that?
In part of our revamping how we do things, Judge and Brad and I were talking about ways to make our accounts a little bit more secure and to keep the judge's office more in the loop. The way the signers on the accounts are now is it's myself, and I'm a mandatory signee. I have to sign every check. Then the judge can have a proxy sign. Karen serves as that proxy as finance officer. We feel like that it would be a more secure practice, since Brad is acting deputy judge, to switch that from Karen to Brad as deputy judge, to that way that my office, we cannot write any checks without his office being aware of that. Brenda serves as the signee for the occupational tax fund. We would also remove her from that and add Brad to that as well. This just eliminates the ability for me and my staff to write checks that his office isn't aware of.
Move that we approve the recommendation.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I just want to, there was no reasoning for doing this. There's no reason to think that my staff wasn't capable of doing those duties or anything, or any suspicion or anything like that. We just feel like this is a more secure way to hold the taxpayers' funds.
We would let you know if we were suspicious.
Thank you. I would like for you to do
That was a
that.
disclaimer, I guess, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't want anybody to take
No
that
extra
wrong.
charge for that.
Under new business, Johnson Creek Water District Board, Larry Connor's term expires at the end of the month. And I had reached out to Josh Medley, who's lives in the district. I don't know if y'all know Josh. He works at Ashland. He works with their water and wastewater. He basically was offered, he was going to school at UK to be an engineer. He entered into his senior year and was offered a pretty good position down there, so which paid more than an engineer. So I don't blame him for improving his status. But his background, he has a business degree. His background and knowledge in that area, I think, would be an asset to Johnson Creek. Now Larry, I met Larry. I'm sure y'all know Larry. Outstanding gentleman. In 20 years, I believe, he has volunteered to be on the board and provided his time for that district, and that's admirable on his part. Anyone who does 20 years and volunteers their time in the community, I think is an achievement in its own. But I've talked to Larry, and I went and introduced Josh with the chairman, or not the chairman, but the treasurer of the board and the operator there at the plant, so that they could get to talk to one another. They all had questions, but I wanted to bring Josh to your attention as far as this appointment and this position coming open. I would recommend, or I would make a motion for Josh to be appointed to the board.
Second that motion.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I can't vote against Larry. He's been a
Sure.
good board member, and I'd say no.
Sure. And
But
and
I'm sure Josh, I mean, I'll meet
Sure.
with him, and I'll be happy to work with him anyway.
And I tell you, Larry is, you couldn't ask for a better person. And I understand your position, Bob. And there's nothing derogatory in Larry's service. I mean, he's been there for 20 years, so. With that said, I think there were two, motion carries. Do we want to go back to the board appointment for East Marshall? Do y'all want to take action on that this morning, or do y'all want to wait? It doesn't matter to me. There's two names. I know Brett Edwards. I don't know Carl. So,
Are both men willing to serve?
yeah, those are the two candidates who expressed interest in joining the board.
They usually present two candidates, or most of the time it's just one recommendation, isn't it?
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is they presented two because they had to. They had two candidates.
All that.
I think that a lot of times
Expressed
they'll
interest.
ask for who's interested, and I
Yeah.
think that's may have been what they came up with, those two.
Two
Expressed
names.
an interest in
Yeah.
being the chair of the board.
It's a good problem to have, two volunteers
is.
that are interested, because that's, the
You
day
don't
of the
see that.
volunteers are about over.
I don't know the
Admirable.
Carl, but I know Brett now, so yes. I don't have a problem with him at all. I don't have a problem with either one of them, but I
Sure.
don't know the Carl.
Sure.
I know Brett would do a good job.
Well, if y'all want to take action, I would entertain a motion for Brett Edwards to be a board member.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. We'll move down to new business, road department supervisor selection. We have some retirements coming up in the near future with Russell as our superintendent, and Frankie Sled is one of the supervisors out the road department. And we had a board, we had 9 applicants from within that put in for the position. We had Kyle Pope from the state office, transportation office out of Reedland, come in and sit on the board. And Scott Wagner from Christian Fellowship Administration as a citizen appointment, come in and sit on the board. And I tell you, there were nothing but compliments towards all 9 of the applicants. Even Kyle, who has a lot of experience, and I think he said 6 counties in the District 1, he gets to see a lot of employees that work in the road department. So he spoke highly on all the applicants that put in. But we had the board, we picked Wendy Greer, and she is here today. She'll be replacing Russell July 1. And we also picked Roy Watkins to be the supervisor that replaced Frankie's position. I just want to let the media know they're excited. They'll take questions. They'll love to have their photo taken. They're a little bashful.
Is this where they're going to stand up and make a speech?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
at this
that
time? At the podium?
But both did
5-year plan.
extremely well on the interviews. So, but I would entertain a motion to accept those 2 supervisors.
So moved, Judge.
Position. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Under new business, approved payment of the bills.
Pay the bills, Judge.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Sorry, there was one thing. In the road aid,
Yes.
there's a resolution in the back of the road aid. Is that something we needed to take action on, or not?
Yeah, 2 motions. You're right. 1 agreement, 1 resolution. We'll take the first motion for the agreement.
I think we passed the agreement, didn't we?
We did
We
the
did
agreement.
it, yeah, but then this, I think we've got to do something with this resolution.
Yeah, if you pass
Yeah.
the resolution, that authorizes him to sign the agreement.
Okay. Whatever we need
And I
to do.
thought that was the vote.
Okay. If it was, that's fine. I just want to be sure. I know this is,
Yeah,
we
why don't you
generally,
clarify, if there was some confusion, clarify that.
Yeah, I
I'm
made
sure
the
motion
motion.
is to pass the resolution to authorize the signature.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Move as stated so graciously by the county
County
attorney.
attorney.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Okay.
All right. Good catch though, Bob. We're going to go into executive session for personnel, Fair Dealing Olive Fire Department.
That is the last thing on the
That's
agenda.
the last thing on the
Let's
agenda.
accept executive
Motion, we
session.
go in executive session, Judge.
Is there a second? All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
CFSB proudly brings you Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's like never getting surprised by an ATM fee. Bank local and will refund your ATM fees nationwide. That's free Kasasa checking. Ask for free Kasasa checking at CFSB.
We'll go ahead and call this court back to order.
Ends Thursday, yeah.
One issue that we didn't have on the agenda is July 12th's fiscal court meeting. I know some of y'all had schedule conflicts. I know, Bob, you mentioned
Now, 12th, the 12th, I'm okay. That was,
July
I
12th,
can't do
you
it the
good?
12th. We changed it. Our regular scheduled meeting was supposed to be Tuesday, the 5th, and the next one was the 19th, the regular scheduled meetings, and we kind of moved it in there. But like I say, I had a conflict that I didn't know right in the middle of it. That's why my calendar was blank.
I've got the 12th.
Yes, it is. We moved it to the 12th, but when I mistakenly, like I say, I didn't have anything on my calendar, and that's the reason, because I'm surrounded.
What about the 11th?
Could we maybe do it like who can't do it the 5th? Regular scheduled meeting.
no, that was the week I'm gone.
Oh, are you gone that Friday also?
11th is good for me.
The 11th?
It's better than the 12th, but really, I can do it.
Is it easier before the
I mean,
12th or
there's
after?
a 2.5 week period. The regularly scheduled meetings were both okay for me, but the new date, I had just done that knowing that the 5th and the 19th were our regular scheduled meetings, and I just planned 4 or 5 months ago around that.
What about the 19th?
Can't be.
That was why I knew there was a reason. What about the 18th?
Yeah, and I couldn't either. on those
Any other
days.
day during the week of the 11th?
That's not, like I say, there's a 2.5 week thing for me in there.
The following week,
Week of the 18th?
or the 25th.
Say that doesn't, let's just, but everybody can do it, I'll just change that,
I'll be gone from the 18th till the first day of August.
Well, I think Johnny and Bob's going to be here on the 12th, correct?
Yep.
So
let's
that-
just move it to the 11th if that's okay.
Is that fine?
And, yeah, it's not really, but I'll, that's not gonna kill me.
Fine with me?
Is that okay with everybody
Yeah.
else?
All right,
That'd be a day better than.
July 11th. Russell, you going to be here?
Yeah, I'll be.
You sure?
At 9:30, 9:30?
If not, I got my feeling.
Back up.
All right,
Your fill-in
we'll make it July 11th
at 9:30?
at 9:30. All right. With that said, I've got a meeting to go to at 11. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
To adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.